Nostradamus was born on December 14, 1503, in Saint Rene, France. He was the oldest of the five sons in the family. It is said that his grandfather taught him Latin, Greek, Hebrew, mathematics, and astronomy at a very early age. In 1529, Nostradamus became a full practicing physician. Now, over time, Nostradamus is said to have seen many events that will happen in the future, thus are his prophecies. He recorded each of those in quatrains, which he used to code his prophecy. Well, he did that for certain reasons. First, he didn't want to cause panic, nor did he want his writings to be destroyed. Now, quatrain is a stanza or a poem consisting of 4 lines. So, anyways, after compiling many of these predictions of the future, he eventually got a lot of them and published them into a book called Les Prophecies, which are translated in English as The Prophecies. Now, the last version of this book was made after his death because he failed to put all his work together before he died, of course. And now it contains 941 rhymed quatrains and one unrhymed quatrain. It was supposed to have 1,000 each for a century, which is called basically based on his division of the quatrains, each to 100. But the 59 or 58, you can say, were lost or destroyed, or no one really knows what happened to them. Now, because there are many predictions of Nostradamus, listing them even in an hour video would be extremely difficult. So, let's take a look at some famous ones. Now, first one we'll talk about is King Henry II. This is a direct quote from Nostradamus' book. The young lion will overcome the old one on the battlefield in single combat. In the cage of gold, his eyes would be put out, 2 wounds in one, then to die a cruel death. This is quoting the 35th quatrain of the 1st century. Now, the king has heard of this prophecy and actually summoned Nostradamus to his court, asking him, like, what is going on? Nostradamus said, Dear king, my prophecies might not happen because not because faith, but because they might be diverted based on your actions. And the king said, okay, I'm just not gonna joust ever again. But on one occasion, both of his daughters got married, and a tournament was hosted in which the king wanted to participate. Now, he decided to fashion himself a helmet impenetrable by any lens to forestall the prophecy. In order to be lens impermeable, the helmet was made out of gold. So during the tournament, he was battling Gabriel, Count of Montgomery. Gabriel was reluctant, but the king asked him for the duel, basically. So they both mounted their horses, and on the third try, Gabriel's lance broke onto King Henry II's chest. King Henry II fell off his horse, and the enormous splinter from the lance pierced him twice in the eye, basically 2 splinters in one eye. And the king had to die. He died a painful death 10 days later. So that's kind of spooky if you think about it. Now, another of the prophecies which we can talk about is the Great Fire of London. Now, this is again a direct quote from Nostradamus. The blood of the just will commit a fault at London, burn through lightning of 23 and 6. The ancient lady will fall from her high place. Several of the same sect will be killed. Basically, this fire obliterated much of all of medieval London, old London, right? The ancient lady. And only 6 deaths were recorded, hence the 6 on the second line. Though, simple people were not recorded, but who knows? It's just, a weird prophecy. Now, you can go on, but there's a small list of the important prophecies Nostradamus made. Now, it includes the French Revolution, the death of Princess Diana, Hurricane Katrina, JFK and RFK assassinations, Louis Pasteur, and now the A-bomb. This is particularly interesting. This is the prophecy itself. Near the gates and within 2 cities, there will be scourges, the like of which was never seen. Famine within plague, people put out by steel, crying to the great immortal God for relief. You can see how it correlates right to what happened in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. 2 cities, a scourge that was never seen. Anyways, Another few he predicted was World War II and Hitler's upcoming. September 11th, which is debatable, but anyways, all of these are subject to debate because the messages were coded, thus they needed to be interpreted. Now, one of his most famous predictions is, of course, the Doomsday, which is now believed to be on December 21st of 2012. Now, what is also weird, it coincides with the Mayan prediction that a major change will happen in 2012. And based on both predictions, they all have to do with the galactic alignment. So basically, the sun and the planets are lining up with the center of the Milky Way, and apparently this galactic alignment could cause major disturbances or changes on Earth. So all we can do is sit and wait, right? No. But that's pretty much concludes my report on Nostradamus. Thank you very much for listening.